Is it going?
Okay.
Okay. That's a Beethoven. Is it on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Something like that.
So when I was very little, whenever I would hear a certain instrument or a certain group of notes, I would think of certain food. Or when I eat food, I would hear certain notes or an instrument. Pizzicato strings.
Yeah.
Oboes.
Yeah. What key is it in?
Starting in B flat major.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is this something new, or every time you eat sirloin burger soup, you hear this?
When I eat sirloin burger soup.
Oh, so it's been in your head for a while.
Mm-hmm. Macaroni and cheese. It was like when I had vanilla yogurt. Sometimes it would be like applesauce. I would hear that kind of sound. Or other times it might be like it was mostly like high fists.
Dan and I, we were married for 15 years. When I found out I was pregnant with Rachel, I thought I was sick. So it was really exciting. And we were very happy. But then I went into premature labor, and she was born 15 weeks premature. God, that was terrifying. They took her away, and I was at this other hospital, and they treated me like I'd had a miscarriage because they didn't think she was going to survive. And she ended up at Children's Hospital for 3 months, and we were just about ready to finally bring her home. And they did the last set of routine tests and discovered she had retinopathy of prematurity. And it was already, I believe, stage 3 at that point. And the next morning, after she was diagnosed, they transferred her over to UCSD and did eye surgery the very next morning. And she ended up having several eye surgeries, and none of them, you know, there'd be a little bit of success, but then the retinas would detach again. And, you know, eventually we just had to come to accept she was going to be blind. And that was really hard. You know, you have a child, and you just, your mind goes all these different directions. You think about all these things that you're going to do with your kid, and all the things you'll experience with them, and suddenly half of it's wiped out. And so much of life is visual. And it was a hard adjustment to make. You have to move forward. I think that's what Rachel got from that too, is you just have to keep moving, and you may not think that things may not be perfect, but you can make it work.
It all started when Rachel began pounding on the family piano.
I took her hand and said, okay, let's play gently, and showed her that she could gently play the notes.
Soon Rachel began playing octaves and harmonies and entire movements of Bach and Beethoven after hearing them just a few times.
We would tell people about what she would do, and they go, yeah, right.
How many 4-year-olds are playing Bach fugues by ear?
I have no idea. I haven't met any.
Her pitch is so perfect, she can't stand to hear something played in the wrong key. Bad for the ears, because it's not right.
That's right.
The joy of music, a gift given to a child. A magical, mystical triumph of sound over sight. Larry Himmel, KFMB News 8.
When Rachel was born, during that time, the nursing staff allowed me to bring my guitar in to play some music. And I wrote this piece for her. She was my serendipity. It does concern me that there are certain parts of her life that are not as developed as I would hope, for her. But she'll grow just like she has grown. She'll do better as time goes by, and her life will just continue to blossom. Walking on the pier was a blast. We just enjoyed the fresh air, the sound of the ocean. She always liked the sound of the water breaking underneath the pier, and I learned to appreciate more of those things. But just holding her hand, carrying the guitar, just talking, whatever it was we were talking about, I can't even remember because we were just, basically just hanging out and spending some afternoon time together.
That was fun.
I used to know some of those, but
Makes me happy.
makes me happy.
Makes me feel
Feels Warm all over. Make me happy till the end of time. Here's the golden moon. Here's the silvery sea. Here's the love for you and me.
Okay, here it comes. Ready, Rach? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad.
We called it the Moonshiners.
Yeah.
For better, we played everything. I was always lucky to have a real good lead guitar player to play. Well, two of them that we had, the last one for so long. We've had a good life. Well, 57 or 8.
What, 50? 58 years.
Yeah, 58.
58 years.
I got a year off here.
I love her. She's my sister. But like, it's kind of annoying because like, apparently not much people know that I'm her younger brother and I have needs too. And Mom, she'll be telling me how she'll get Facebook messages like, what the heck? Why isn't Rachel doing this? Why isn't Rachel doing that? And it's like, because she has to support 2 kids, you know, and she can't do it all. She's not a superhero. She's a super mom, but she's not a superhero. And it's like she's trying her best with what she has. So like, I'm 7 years younger, so I'm at a bit of a disadvantage because Rachel's already doing all this like crazy stuff with her music, and I'm just like, I do things too. Look at me. I like to draw, and I remember I couldn't get an art class, and she was really angry about that because she knew that's what I cared about. And then she's like, why? Why can't you have like this art class? And then like they got figured out, so now I have art, and I feel really lucky to have Rachel as a sister because I couldn't have gotten a lot of the stuff I have now because Rachel, she's so talented and stuff. She opened a lot of opportunities for me, but at the same time, I'm kind of like in her shadow most of the time.
I waited, but you never called, 'cause you were chasing Barbie dolls. I found my own Prince Charming and moved on. I never thought you'd given me a second glance. So when you asked if I was free, all I could think was, finally. But I'm finally free this time, and I finally drawn the line. No, you can't hurt me anymore. I'm finally keeping score, and I'm finally over you. And I finally know it's true. You never really were the one.
I first ran across Rachel when I was looking on YouTube, of course, I think as a lot of people have, because that's one of the only places that she's really out there. And I was looking at, different covers, and I think I was looking up some ELP, and I happened to run across the video of her playing, and was watching it and thinking, wow, I've seen a lot of covers, but this is like a little bit more than a cover. And then I started reading the description of it and realized that she was blind. But still, I was just stunned by the performance of the whole thing, and the feel of the performance, and the emotion, and the reality of the performance. It wasn't like she was just doing a cover. It was like she was actually the person, that had written the music and had originally played the music. So that part of it intrigued me to the point where I thought, well, who is this person? I've never heard of her before. And then I looked at her flute videos, I looked at the regular piano videos, and like I say, I started researching who she was. Then the story about how the house had been robbed and how people had taken a lot of her musical instruments.
Burglars took all of Rachel Flowers' wind and brass instruments, including some borrowed from her high school. They broke in through a window of her Oxnard home during a power outage Sunday afternoon.
I know I'm missing an alto sax, the flutes, alto flutes, my Bose headphones, which were from my teacher, my laptop, which had my
English work.
For Rachel, music is her heart. To see her cry like that when I told her that her flute was gone, and it was just like one thing after another. Oh God, the flute's gone, the alto flute's gone, the saxophone's gone.
If I don't have those instruments, I'll probably forget how to do things.
Through, all that rigmarole, she sat down at the piano and just played for like an hour, and it's like she got her joy back.
It's hard for the 17-year-old to comprehend why someone would steal.
I'm not really sure. I don't know if they thought that it was an instrument that they wanted to play.
Our interview was cut short by the lunch bell. Like most things, it's music to Rachel Flowers' ears.
It's a D.
Hundreds of people responded back in a positive way. And
Helped out.
people who comforted us, people who showed up with pizza,
Yeah.
people who watched my house for me while I was at work. My neighbors kept an eye on the place for me. The kids at school, one of the kids at school sold cupcakes.
That's right.
And collected the money to help Rachel out to replace her flute.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean
Pretty cool.
the things people did, it was extraordinary.
Yeah.
Initially, I sent her a little note through YouTube and said, hey, I'm a piano technician up in Seattle. And I said, you probably think I'm nuts, but I wouldn't mind coming down and tune the piano for you. I drove down and met Jeannie for the first time, walked in the house, gave her a hug, and she's like, I can't believe you drove all the way down here from Seattle. So, but anyway, sorry. In that respect, that not giving up part of her, I had gone through cancer treatment, a few years back, and like a stage 4 throat cancer, and was faced with my own, demise. And you have to go through that whole thing anyway. You reevaluate what you're doing with your life, It really kind of bothered me in a sense that here's somebody that really wants to do something. She knows what she wants to do, and yet she really can't do it. It's like these things holding her back. So I thought, well, if I can go down and help her, that would be something that I would want to do in my life. No, you got your microphone high frequencies cranked up, but I brought something else for that later. So
I'm talking about
this thing.
This thing.
No. Well, there's the bass there. How's the
I want to turn down a little reverb. It's a little bit
that's
too
what I was
much.
gonna say. The reverb. Let's go with the reverb and turn it down a little bit. It's on Cathedral right now. You want me to just turn down the amount of decay on that? Is that the one you're thinking?
Yeah.
You want to keep that?
Yeah.
How's the reverb for it? I think we already turned that one down.
Yeah.
So.
E-A-R-D.
Third
Space.
take.
E-A-E. Enter. Edit. Hyphen text.
Actually, I want to redo a couple
Let vocal
parts.
second.
I wasn't too proud of the
Let
beginning, so
unarmed all tracks.
I'm using. Where's the headphones? Oh, never mind. I found them. So I'm gonna redo a couple of the vocal parts. Warm up. She is thinking of the year 16.
call access this morning and find out what time they're coming? Mm-hmm. Are you awake? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look tired. Let's call access, okay? And find out what time. Where's your phone? Did you sleep with your phone? Got it? Yeah. Why don't you give them a call and find out what time they're coming, okay? Mm-hmm. And you need to get a shower. Okay. All right? Yeah. 5:34 a.m. Yeah, it's early, huh?
Yeah. This is Rachel. I'm calling about confirming my trip for today.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, I'm gonna throw together your lunch. Do you want to come on out? You got everything there?
My computer's still on.
Oh, okay. I'll let you do that. I'm gonna go get your lunch. Got it. I know. There you go. All right, love you, sweetie. Love you too. You have fun today, all right?
Okay.
I'll see you when I get home from work.
Morning, Rachel.
Morning.
I wasn't much of a talker. When I was very little, I was always into listening to music, but I never really understood like how to socialize and be around people and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the three of us for a while now, and it's been tough, and I've had to rely on some other people for help at times, especially when the kids were younger, and I was trying to work, and I've got Rachel at school in one place, Yvonne at school in another place, and I felt pulled so many ways sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm getting into a lot of bass stuff.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
it's fine.
Chapala and Figueroa. You forgot that.
Uh-oh.
I hated to interrupt her singing. Oh, I know.
I go to the Brill Institute in Santa Barbara 3 days a week. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Being at the Braille Institute, I got to learn how to speak out and do a lot of fun things.
But it makes a big difference how long your fingernails are.
Yeah.
Especially on your right hand.
Pull it in.
Stop.
There you go.
Good.
That's
good,
it.
good. And then your hand bend is ready. No. Good. No. Nice. No. Beautiful. Okay, now you stand, you're ready, so you hold on to him. Now this would be his
Right.
shoulder right there. You're holding
Now you
on
know where
tight
I'm at for
and
sure.
strike. Get loud.
No!
Yes.
That's it.
Good.
Go.
No!
Louder.
Nice.
Stop!
There you go.
go.
No.
Stop!
Right.
Keep going. Keep going.
No!
Nice.
Who are you?
So far, she's the A student right now. They remember the who are you. That was fabulous. Fabulous. Eric, you're up. Good
You
job.
see, Christina, how you're supposed to yell?
Okay, Eric, so you're gonna a little bit higher.
Wait a minute. Which hand are you going to use?
Left and right.
Should I do the elbow or
Aren't you a right-handed?
left hand, right hand?
Aren't you right?
I'm lefty.
Loud.
Okay.
No!
Nice.
Stop!
Nice.
Get away from me, man.
Beautiful. Good. Good job.
Oh, I don't know you, man. 1, 2. 1, 2. I'll go first. Rachel wants to be a superwoman, but is that really in her head? But I just wanna live each day the love of what she is. Yeah, yeah.
Eric wants to be another movie star, but is that really in his mind? And all the things he wants to be, he needs to leave behind.
Very well. Think that I know you too very well. Wish that we knew you too very well. And I think I can do it, everything going through your head.
Well, and I think I can think very well. Wish that you would know me too very well. And I think I can cope with everything going through your head.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Dun, 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 dun. Sunshine is here when you take away. Dun, 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 dun. Hot air balloon take me out of space. Dun, 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 dun. Baby, I don't care, baby, by the way. Here we go. Because I'm happy. Because I'm happy. Because we're happy.
One of the things they may not recognize about me is the fact that I am blind as a bat. I was born with a congenital eye condition, congenital nystagmus and ocular albinism and all that. And basically what it comes down to is where the optic nerve connects to the eye, it's just a bad connection. The chromosomes broke down before they weren't done when they were finished. I found myself only a few weeks ago standing in the middle of the street again against a red light, and it was only 2 lanes, one each direction. And I've started working with the cane in the last few months, and I don't always have it with me because I keep forgetting I need to give this more credit for my safety. And a few days ago, I stepped out from behind my car taking something out of the back, and it looked clear, and I stepped into the street, and I stepped right in front of a car.
My dad, Dan Flowers, he's starting to lose his vision. It was a little difficult at first. I remember he used to drive a lot, and now he can't do it. I think I would like to help him out with certain things.
And has Rachel given you any pointers on how to use the cane?
We haven't really got to spend a lot of time together. She's been so busy with different things she's got going on.
Her method of travel is going to be a little different than yours, because
Right.
you can still see landmarks, and for the most part you can see the upheavals and sidewalks.
Sometimes I can kind of tell if I'm going to another place from like the feel, like if it's more sunny or if it's more windy.
Well, excellent, yeah. And you probably don't even have to think about that, it's just something you process, right?
Yeah. And what is that feeling that's like, you feel like something's getting closer to you?
Yeah, they call that facial vision.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, if there's a tree overhead, you can feel that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good skill to have. Not everybody has that.
Mm-hmm.
When she was 2, she used to do something in our apartment where she could get around, walk up to a wall, stop, turn, and walk over to the next wall, stop, turn, and she could move around, go to the kitchen, stop, move down over here by the stove, stop, and never touch a single wall. And it was because we realized the room didn't have a lot of stuff because we had just moved in.
Right.
And just the reflections of the sound bouncing on the walls, she could hear herself as she approached the wall.
See that?
So July 11th.
It's July 11th, okay.
Through the grocery store with Rachel was a kick. It's not as if we hadn't done it before, but the last time she and I had done that, a lot of time had gone by. There's, like I said, there's a lot of things and changes in our lives. But then we find ourselves walking between these shelves and these aisles and these islands of various pieces of fruit and vegetables and all sorts of things. And it was interesting to kind of hand her something and say, well, what do you think this is? And she's like, I'm not sure. Well, let's see. What does it feel like? Is it smooth? Is it bumpy? Is it long? Is it slender? Does it feel sticky? We discovered the difference between a cucumber and a zucchini. And sitting there in that room, the computer lab at the Braille Institute, having her talk about what they were going to show me how to do for the adaptive parts of using the computer, that, before long, that's going to be my, avenue into the computer. It's going to be through these special techniques. Well, that's nothing to her.
Well, on a PC, they have a thing called JAWS, which is the screen reader, so it'll read to you what's on the screen, and instead of using a mouse, you use the letters on the computer keyboard. And the program I use is Sonar. I'm able to go to all the different parameters, like I could control like reverbs and mixing and all that stuff. You get thousands of results.
Here we go.
Standing in line. Standing in line. Marking time waiting for the welfare dime cause they can buy a job. The man in the silk suit hurries by as he catches the pearl. Lady's eyes just for fun, he said. Get a job. Quotation mark. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is.
Standing in line, marking time, waiting for the welfare dime, 'cause they can't buy a job. Man in the silk suit hurries by as he catches the poor old lady's eyes. Just for fun, he says, get a job. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Ah, but don't you believe them?
like they do. Said, hey old man, how can you stand to think that way? Did you really think about it before you made the rules? He said, son, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. It is, it is, it is.
I met Rachel maybe 3-4 years ago, at Stanford Jazz Workshop. She instantly jumped out to me as someone that was just kind of light years ahead of all of the other people in the room in terms of how she could hear things. There was a lot of different pianists. There was maybe 20 pianists that were all crammed into this room. And I was doing, I was just showing different exercises, showing different concepts and all that. And I just remember there was one moment where she was like, oh, you mean like this? And she just nails it, just completely. I'm like, well, that's better than how I played it. So, yeah, totally. She's like a legit prodigy. she's just freakishly talented, just unbelievably talented. And, that to me, I'm blown away by her ability. I remember hearing her when she was 17 and she was, absolutely brilliant. So, to me, it's cool because it means that sometimes people will take an extra listen, if you get to be called a prodigy, that sort of thing. So. Do you know the tune Nardis?
Mm-hmm. I didn't really find a voice because I was listening to so many players. At the time, I was into Taylor Eigsti, so a lot of my playing was very sort of similar because I was still trying to find that sound.
I'm a big fan of having like an extra keyboard player, and but there's so much we could do.
Now the breath
just sending you a text, Rachel.
There's curlers, there's crimpers, there's straighteners.
They have a tool for everything.
Oh, you're gonna be so pretty, Rach.
Wow. And you also want to go into your
Unless you're
hairline.
going for Halloween.
Otherwise, at home I don't use because it's got color on top of it.
I like the piano, it's really nice.
It sounds fantastic.
How many people are in here?
It's pretty full.
Wow.
You're almost. Let's get the bench.
Hi, I'm Rachel Flowers. This is my first time playing for, like, doing a solo piano concert for a large audience, so this is pretty exciting. I've never done this before, so.
I mean, even from the time she was really small, people were saying, oh, she should be on Leno, she should be on Oprah. And then, you know, as time progressed, it became Ellen, and then it became, you know, America's Got Talent, and it just never felt right to subject her to that atmosphere. It's a marathon, you know, it's not a sprint. That's the way we've always looked at it from the time she started playing. She deserved to have the same kind of training as a sighted kid who would have the same level of talent, or, you know, the same aspirations. She has to rely on her other senses more. She has to rely on what her cane tells her, so she has that tactical kind of thing going. She has to rely on what she hears. I used to drive myself nuts just trying to think, okay, how does she perceive the world, you know? What is it like for her not even knowing? You know, it would be hard enough for me losing my sight now, but having never had it, how do you experience life without even that frame of reference?
Ross, want to know? Piano control number 3.
Big audience.
Yeah.
You're to sign autographs pretty soon.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That's a nice.
That's cool that keyboards are doing that. I thought it was like only like software library stuff. I was like,
I met Rachel at 5 and I immediately knew that we have somebody that's not 1 in 1,000 musician, but 1 in 10,000. And I've been around amazing musicians. What I did not know yet at that point was whether she would be able to compose, and I did not know whether she would be able to compose originally.
What mood is that?
David introduced us to another of his students, 11-year-old Rachel Flowers. Rachel is also blind and a musical prodigy. David teaches Rachel piano. The flute, she's teaching herself.
She picked up the flute 5, 6 months ago, and now she can play in a nightclub as a jazz flautist. She's just amazing.
And she's improvising.
Now, through the years, I saw her piano technique just blossom. I didn't also know whether she would be an excellent pianist, but I found that out slowly that yes, she has the capacity, and she's exhibiting it now, to be like top-rate technique, just fabulous, on the piano and on the flute.
Here's the drummer, the guitarist, the bass player. This is Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
Rachel.
She's an amazing player. I saw her play at NAMM.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. She's scary. She plays the flute, the guitar,
Oh my God.
and the piano, and all kind of things. Doesn't matter, classical, blues, jazz, whatever. Play that right there. Oh my goodness, whatever. Whatever. She's amazing, man. Amazing. You're 21 now? Oh, watch out. Now you can drink alcohol. Don't do it, okay?
No,
Don't do it.
Are you originally, are you born and raised here in LA?
I was born in San Diego.
I'm gonna look you up. What's your last name, Rachel?
Flowers.
Flowers.
Rachel
Oh, yes.
I'm
You are a
also on
double flower.
SoundCloud.
You are a flower.
Rachel Double Flower.
Double flower.
I still remember, like, after the performance at the
Ventura?
student jazz thing, like,
Yeah.
Rachel, flowers.
Ah!
Or Raquel Flores.
Raquel Flores.
Raquel Flores. Vámonos. You know what? She have a, you know, she's lying to me. She got a tape recorder inside the brain. She got something. She got an extra computer there with a bunch of hard drive there. I would like to share with you. Just stay where you are. It's with one hand at a time. No, maybe with two hands. Like do it, yeah. Yeah, one finger just to keep your position. Keep your position from C to G, and then. And then D flat. Yeah, with two hands. And Rachel, I promise you, when you finish that, your finger fly all over the keyboard. It's something amazing, amazing. And music, I always said it's like a balm for the soul, you know. When you got the music, you feel so, you know, embraced by something magical, something we have no words to express, you know, how important is the music to keep our spirit alive, and especially in the school and stuff, it's extremely important. Keep teaching music for kids.
This will be fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's cool seeing these kids who are just learning to play.
Yeah. Violins and cellos. They're hard instruments.
Hello! Harmony Project, can you welcome our special guest? Welcome, Rachel Flowers. Thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Alfredo, saxophone.
What kind of saxophone?
Alto.
Wow.
And you play another too.
Yeah.
Oh, baritone.
Wow.
That shit comes out.
They have a class where they just take walks along the shoreline. She came home one day from that class and like instantly went to her room and wrote a piece called Shoreline that she composed in her head as she was walking with the class.
here I'm hearing a lot of waves, big waves, crows. It's pretty cool, like hearing the waves. It's like they're going, like I'm hearing them on my left, and then they sort of, like they start on my left and then they go to like the center, like a stereo kind of a thing. It's pretty cool. I just sort of heard the song out of this. We were feeling like one spot was really sunny, and then like it was like the sun was one direction and the breeze wasn't like another. Usually I would actually hear it in a dream, but this one I didn't hear. I just kind of sort of imagined it. I was already hearing the band in it. I was already hearing like the shakers and like the strings. And that was sort of like how Shoreline started.
Usually it's just like a little fragment, a little short sound bite that I would hear in some dream at night when I'm asleep, and then usually when I would wake up I would turn on my recorder and hum it or sing it, or if I'm close to a keyboard I'll play it, and then later on I would develop that. Usually in the dream it's like, it sounds complete.
Okay, so my first questions are right here at the beginning. I think this is going to be one of the trickiest parts.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky.
I wanted to ask you, it seems like every couple bars, there's kind of like a lift or a pause. It's like,
yeah,
through the whole, like when the strings stop and they play and there's rest, it's silent. Do you want those steady notes going through the pedal tone, the
B flat?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do want them going through. Yeah,
At
yeah.
the
So this guy goes through.
Yeah.
And the strings stop and he continues.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You guys are pretty good with the non vibrato. I've seen sections that can't do that before. The piece is not extreme. Larry Tuttle, who is sitting over here, has orchestrated this and put it together from Rachel's stuff. He's done a beautiful job. He's the one who's put it on the music so you can read it. See how nice and easy it is to read? That's what we want. 1, 2.
quit. I quit playing ukulele. I put me out to the pasture.
I was 9 when I first heard Keith Emerson's music. I was really excited when I finally got to meet him.
Hi Rachel, it's Keith Emerson here. We're actually at Abbey Road Studios, mixing the new album, which is orchestral. So Rachel, I understand that you are checking out the latest modifications for my Moog synthesizer. That's great. So have a good go at it. Let me know how it turns out. So all of us from here, from Abbey Road Studios, London, lots of love, Rachel.
He gave me a baton for conducting. I'll always enjoy playing his music. He was an amazing keyboard pioneer.
Say it again.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Who's this?
Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
Doing good?
Yeah.
There you go. Stand. We're gonna take a picture with you and Stevie Wonder, okay? All right. I'll just got your hand.
Yeah.
Yes, I got your hand.
Yeah.
I got
Make a
Rachel's
little
hand.
room, folks, please. Step
I
back
got
just a
Rachel's
little
hand.
bit.
I got Rachel's hand.
Please.
I got Rachel's hand.
Please welcome to the QSC stage here at Winter NAMM 2015, Mr. Dweezil Zappa.
Hello. Hi. I know, Rachel, I gotta meet you. I've heard your playing. You're amazing. Yeah, I have not had a chance to see the movie that they've made about you, but
They're still working on it.
yeah. In just a moment, I'm gonna come in. You know what? I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna come shake your hand. You know, I love that you had the interest in doing it and that you took it that far. You know, that's the thing that's so cool because, you know, that's not just a song that, you know, you just pick up and learn. I'm sure that took some time. Yeah. But you played everything.
Yeah.
So how did you decide that was the song you were going to do?
I don't remember. I think I first looked it up or something. I heard the One Size Fits All version.
Yeah, that's so cool. But you heard it and you said, yeah, I can do that. Well, we're going to be playing that song on stage all year. So if you ever at a show, you want to come join us, you know, you can come on out.
Wow.
strings all along the wall on the left. Very cool. And that is Dweezil playing.
I was right.
Yeah.
I can tell by the style.
Yeah. Okay.
What's going on here?
Yeah. We're going backstage right now.
Ah.
Ready? We're behind the big curtain that goes along behind the stage.
Wow.
So we are truly backstage. Okay, let's come over. Hi.
Flowers, how are you doing? My name is Pete. I'm the tour manager.
Oh, very good.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
So exciting.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
So I heard you're going to play guitar and you're going to play keyboard. Is this true?
Yep.
Awesome. And what is your name?
I'm Jeannie. I'm her mom.
Jeannie, pleasure.
Very nice to meet you.
So let me lead you both on stage.
Cool.
Follow me.
Wow.
All right.
This is so exciting.
Okay, so, oh my God, there's a gigantic keyboard rack here. Watch the cable there.
Wow.
And here's Dweezil.
Hi.
Welcome. See you.
You too.
How was your trip in?
I liked it.
Okay.
It was fast.
Good. Nice.
Yeah.
Welcome. Now there's people for you to meet. You guys want to come say hi to Rachel?
Cool. Hi.
This is Kurt. He's the bass player.
My hands
Kurt
are very
Morgan.
cold. Hi, very nice to meet you.
Hi,
Rachel.
Kurt.
This is Sheila Gonzalez.
Sheila.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Ryan.
Hi,
Brown, he's
how are
the
you?
drummer.
Hi.
Pleasure to meet you.
Good
Look
to
forward
meet you.
look forward to playing with you.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Awesome.
And over this way, this is Ben Thomas.
Rachel.
Hello.
Ben Thomas, pleasure to meet you. Really
Nice
excited
to
to
meet
play
you
with
too.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
Pete solo on that. If you want to sing and play it, like sing and play the chords, and then maybe play a solo with the flute, that'd be cool. And then later you could do Montana and sing that and play a guitar solo, and we could play together. So maybe something like that.
On Acre Roads, would you rather do the flute solo or the keyboard solo?
The keyboard solo.
Okay, you could do a keyboard solo. That's cool too. No problem.
It's fun.
Yeah. Well, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my throne's right
Got
here.
it. I can't quite get this thing. Wow.
And I've got it. I've got the pitch wheel set up to a fourth right now. If you want me to
I
change
like
it.
that.
You like that? Cool.
Did all the echo come from somewhere out there? Just
On Rachel! On Rachel! That's Rachel!
Rachel, so great.
She does other things too, you know. We're gonna have to bring her out again later because she plays guitar. And when you hear that, I mean, you're just gonna be like, what the fuck is going on here? Let's keep going with one size fits all.
You want to sit back down?
Yeah, I'm not prepared to let her go yet. The process is, you know, it's going, but it's hard. You know, she's my baby. You know, I've always told her too, you know, if you want to stay at home, you know, you can. I don't have a problem with that. And so she can live with me as long as she wants. But she does want to be independent in a lot of ways, and that might be part of it in the future. She might want to have her own place. You know, she might meet somebody and get married, and then it's totally out of my hands. So I have to be prepared for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment we're going to bring out a woman who has learned to play many instruments, but you see, she uses her ears as her eyes for the world. Her name is Rachel Flowers. How about we bring Rachel out for one more song? Rachel. They're making a little movie about Rachel called Hearing is Believing. And I'm sure it will be really cool when it's all done because she's done a lot of really cool things with music. And this is just one more thing to add to her list.
Okay.
To raise me a crop of dental floss. Moving to Montana soon. Gonna be a dental floss like you. Yes, moving to Montana soon. Gonna be a dental floss like you. guitar. Rachel Flowers, ladies and gentlemen. Nicely done.
Well, they passed a law in '64 to give those who ain't got a little more. But it only goes so far. This law don't change another's mind when all it sees is the hiring time. It's the line on the color bar. No, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. That's just the way